All right, this class is on IT certifications, and we're going to talk about the importance of the certifications as well as some of the different certifications that's out there. IT certifications are important in this industry, whether you're going into information technology, information security, network engineering. It's important to have the proper certifications as well as your education. I always say that succeeding in this business is a three-legged stool. You have training, certification, and experience. Well, as an entry-level person, you're not going to have the experience. So it's even more important to have the training that you're receiving from us, as well as the certifications. We're going to talk about vendor-neutral certifications as well as some vendor-specific certifications. The vendor-neutral that I'm going to discuss today are offered by the Computer Technology Industry Association, or CompTIA, the EC Council, and the Information Standard for Information Security, or IC Squared. CompTIA offers many different certifications ranging from entry-level to advanced. What most people start out with is the A+ certification. You gain that certification by having the knowledge that one would acquire working in a repair shop for about a year, and that's what they're testing you, the standard they're testing you to. It's achieved by passing 2 exams. There's no prerequisite for them. If you pass currently the 220-901 for hardware and 220-902 for software, you'll receive the A+ certification. If you want to go to work into help desk, this is an important certification to have. Network Plus is a CompTIA certification that identifies the basic networking knowledge. It validates your knowledge that you know what a network is, how to basically administrate it and secure it. You take one test, one exam. I think you get 90 minutes for 60 or 70 questions, depending on the difficulty of the questions. And once you achieve that, again, there's no prerequisites for any of these A+ certifications. You would be expected to have, it will validate that you have about 2 years experience working in a networking environment. And the third one I want to talk to you about today, and probably the most important of the 3 CompTIA basic certifications, is the Security Plus. Security Plus validates your ability to secure networks and systems. It is a requirement that if you're going to work anywhere in the Department of Defense or any defense contractor, that you have at least the equivalent of a Security Plus certification. They will not even interview with you without this certification or its equivalent by other vendors. Security Plus is important not just for those jobs, but just about every entity within security recognizes this certification. Our Security Plus courses here train you up to that Security Plus test, and we're very successful in our pass rates. Right. The next one is EC Council, and the one I want to bring up with them is a Certified Ethical Hacker. Now, we know what hacking is, people that break into systems. Well, a Certified Ethical Hacker is actually employed by a corporation or an entity to hack into their systems and find the holes before the black hat or bad hackers find them. They then work with the security professionals to fix the security system and protect the data and the hardware and resources and the personally identifiable information of the people within that organization. Certified Ethical Hacker has no prerequisite except for that you've taken a training to take the class. Once you have a certified training course out of the way, then you can sit for the certification. And on passing it, you'll be awarded the CEH. The Certified Information Systems Security Professional is our highest level award, a highest level certification. It is also one of those that the Department of Defense recognizes. It qualifies you for every job working for the Department of Defense and security. Also, any other place you want to go, CISSP stands out as being the gold standard by which everyone is judged. The exam is 6 hours and costs about $900. When you start it, you have to sit there until you're done with it. It's offered periodically throughout the year, and that's not the only requirement to get the certification is the examination. This, because it is a professional certification, you have to have a minimum of 5 years working in the industry in the domains by which the exam is covered. You also have to have sign a code of ethics saying that you'll live up to the tenets of the organization. And you have to have a letter of recommendation from someone who already has a CISSP certification. But once you get this, there is no unemployment unless you choose to be. Last year, there were 50,000 people who held the CISSP certification. I'm sorry, 60,000 people who held the CISSP certification. And in 1 week last year, there were over 50,000 job openings for people with the CISSP. So right now, you get this certification, you're employable forever. And now we're going to talk about vendor certifications. These are not the vendor neutral, where it doesn't matter what platform you're working on, like the ones I previously discussed. These are the ones that are presented by these two organizations we're going to talk about, Cisco and Microsoft. These are also very important certifications if you want to work in network administration or systems administration. Cisco starts out with the CCENT certification. That's one exam. You can take it, and that stands for the Cisco Certified Entry-Level Network Technician. That is about the equivalent of the Network Plus certification from CompTIA, but specifically to Cisco. Above that, at what we would consider a bachelor's level, would be a CCNA. And students who have the associate's degree and a CCNA certification are competing very favorably against people with bachelor's degrees. CCNA says that you know how to administer and secure networks on your own. You need very minimum supervision. And above that is a CCNP, the Cisco Certified Network Professional. That would be more like a master's level. You know everything about whichever area you got your CCNP. Now the CCNA I'm showing here says routing and switching, but there's also CCNA security and CCNA wireless as well. And the CCNPs are also in those same three categories. And the Microsoft certification. Microsoft has various levels of certification depending on what you want to go into. You can be a desktop professional, you can be a server professional, you can be a database professional, you can be a developer professional, and they all have basically the same three levels. The MTA, or Microsoft Technology Associate, that means you have some understanding, basic understanding about the technology. The Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate means you're a mid-level employee, you're not quite an expert yet, but you're like a journeyman level in one of the other trades. And then the Microsoft Certified Solutions Expert, that is the expert level, the engineer. It used to be called engineer, but they got in trouble with engineers, so they changed it to the expert. And that is the master's level for Microsoft, is the MCSE. Okay? In summary, we talked about certifications to validate your technical knowledge, skills, and abilities. We talked about both vendor neutral and vendor specific certifications. Thank you.